If you're building a career in sleep support and you want to do it ethically, responsibly, and respectfully, this video is for you. If you're from an underrepresented group in the sleep space, thank you so much for being here. And for the white folks watching, welcome. Please stick around and find out how to be a good ally, because culturally affirming practice is not just the responsibility of practitioners from underrepresented backgrounds, it's everyone's responsibility. The sleep space is still overwhelmingly white, overwhelmingly Western, and overwhelmingly shaped by nuclear family norms and ideals of early independence. If we don't consciously examine that, we risk exporting one cultural lens into every space and calling it normal or gold standard. Today, we're going to talk about why representation in sleep support matters, how to practice with cultural humility, what allyship actually looks like in this field, and how some of our graduates are leading this work beautifully within their own communities. I'm Lyndsey, co-founder of the Holistic Sleep Coaching Program, where we train professionals around the world to support families with evidence, empathy, and deep respect for attachment. Inside the HSCP, we have an entire module dedicated to race, culture, and ethical practice, because holistic sleep support does not exist in a cultural vacuum. Families' beliefs about sleep, proximity, feeding, independence, multi-generational living, rest, boundaries, timings, daily rhythms, and traditions are deeply shaped by culture, faith, migration history, lived experience, and yes, sometimes by systemic inequality and racism. If we ignore that, we are not practicing holistically. Prachi was our first Indian graduate. She strongly believes in attachment parenting and supports families to optimize sleep within the boundaries of what is biologically normal. What she began to notice in her community was this. Indian mums were increasingly defaulting to Western sleep norms as the gold standard. Solitary sleep, early independence, rigid expectations around night waking. But in many Indian households, multi-generational living is common, proximity is normal, collective caregiving is valued, co-sleeping is culturally embedded. Prachi is ideally placed within her community. She understands the nuance of extended family systems. She understands the tension between tradition and modern pressures. She understands the unspoken dynamics. With her background as a sling consultant, lactation consultant, and sleep coach, she offers support that is culturally sensitive, biologically grounded, gentle, practical, not imported, not imposed, aligned. She also runs an online support community for mums, creating a culturally relevant space where Western norms are not automatically positioned as superior. That matters. Jas brings a similarly powerful perspective. An NHS project manager turned holistic sleep coach, Jas has a deep heart for the Sikh community. She understands firsthand the role of elders, the influence of extended family, the dynamics of multi-generational homes, the intersection of culture and caregiving. She offers parenting and sleep support within her local Gurdwara. That means sleep support is accessible, community-rooted, trust-based, culturally fluent. She is not stepping into a space as an outsider. She belongs there. And because she belongs, she can tailor support in ways that feel respectful and empowering, especially for parents navigating the expectations of living with extended family in the UK. Now, the sleep space has historically been dominated by white professionals, Western research frameworks, nuclear family assumptions, and individualistic ideals. We have to acknowledge that, not to shame or divide, but to recognise that what is framed as normal in Western literature may not be universal. In many communities, co-sleeping is normal, multi-generational caregiving is protective, physical proximity is central to emotional security. Sleep patterns and total amounts are often different. When we fail to account for this, we risk pathologizing what is culturally typical among the global majority. And we must also gently acknowledge something else. Racism, public health inequality, and intergenerational trauma have shaped family experiences in very real ways. Access to healthcare, experience of bias, economic inequality, migration stress, systemic marginalization. All of these can influence parental stress, trust in professionals, and approaches to caregiving. That doesn't mean we turn sleep support into a sociology lecture, but it does mean we practice with awareness. Allyship in this field does not mean either extreme of opting out or centering yourself. It means asking, am I assuming a Western norm here? Am I interpreting this pattern through a biased lens or my lens? Am I stepping into spaces that would be better led by someone within that community? Before outreach to any cultural or faith-based group, pause. Do I belong here? Am I being invited? Would collaboration or amplification be more appropriate? If you don't belong to that community, it's usually more ethical to collaborate with practitioners from within it, amplify their work, refer when appropriate, support behind the scenes, and never ask someone to offer their time or experience for free to help you out. Inclusivity means being available without centering yourself. If you are part of a particular cultural or faith community, you may choose to offer support within that space, but even then, listen more than you speak, honour existing leadership, frame sleep support in alignment with community values. Belonging offers contextual understanding. It does not remove the need for humility. Representation is not a marketing angle. It is leadership. Sleep arrangements, feeding practices, independence, and nighttime caregiving are cultural. When we diversify the sleep support field, we don't dilute standards, we strengthen them, because families deserve support that reflects their lived reality. So to summarise, if the space is yours, step in with confidence. If the space belongs to someone else, step back, collaborate, and amplify. Ethical, culturally affirming practice is not about reaching everyone in the same way. It's about doing no harm, building trust, and recognising that leadership often belongs within communities themselves. Kimberly Seals-Allers says it like this: nothing about the community without the community. Providing culturally affirming sleep support means recognising that sleep is relational, recognising that relationships are cultural, practicing with humility, and being willing to examine our own assumptions and biases. If we truly believe in family-centred care, culture cannot be an afterthought. It must be foundational. If you're drawn to this field and want to practice in a way that is family-centred, respectful, and culturally aware, the Holistic Sleep Coaching Programme includes dedicated training on race, culture, and ethical outreach, alongside evidence-based sleep science and practical strategy. Click the link below to book a free call with our team. And next, watch our video on the 4 key skills every sleep coach needs, including family-centred respectful care, because this conversation sits right at the heart of that work.